when people haven't experienced something, they're going to think it's false. They're going to think it's not true. Or they're going to be in fear of it being true. If you haven't went through a Kundalini awakening, you're going to think it's false because you haven't experienced it. And going through a Kundalini awakening is extremely, excruciatingly painful. You're dealing with a lot of darkness, a lot of pain and trauma and healing. You're seeking within. You're not worried about the external world. And when you're going through something within yourself spiritually, like you're battling your own mind, you're fighting your demons, you're fighting your darkness, your truth is going to present itself in the external world based on you, based on how you're thinking, how you're bringing information into conversations, how you're conducting yourself, how you carry yourself. Like the truth of that experience that happened within you is going to show externally by you, by your presentation, by how you carry yourself, by how you conduct yourself, by how you're speaking, by how you're moving. And those who haven't experienced a spiritual awakening internally, they're going to be projecting externally false. This is false. You can't have Christ consciousness is false. Yet it says have the mind of Christ. What is the mind of Christ but Christ consciousness? Like, just because they're different words from different timelines, from different versions of reality, doesn't make it false because it states it in a different way. A spiritual awakening, a Kundalini awakening, a dark night of the soul, like Christ consciousness, the 3D, the 5D, like ascension, the rapture, like it's all different words having the same meaning, the same path. It's all within. And when you go within and you heal and you overcome and you deal with your ancestral trauma, your generational trauma, you present differently in the physical. It all happens in the spiritual first. When you deal with your subconscious mind, when you break all the mental paradigms and you heal from, racism, hatred, anger, judgment, superiority complexes, when you heal that within you and you are renewed, reborn, you have a renewing of your mind, you're beyond the material realm. You're beyond all the boxes that people try to put in. Oh, the Bible, you have to follow these rules in this box. Or, oh, the Kundalini awakening, you have to follow these rules in this box. Or the 5D ascension, you have to follow these blocks. Or the rapture, you have to follow, like, you're out of all the boxes. No more boxes, no more chains, no more prisons. You are free. And you see the truth in all of creation. It all leads to the same place. Spiritual awakening. That's where it leads. And a spiritual awakening is giving birth to your spirit, to your God mind, to the mind beyond the material, to your eternal body. It's if your consciousness, if your mind is in the flesh, in the physical, you don't have a spiritual body yet. You haven't transcended the material realm. When you transcend the material realm, when you go through your Kundalini awakening, when you have a renewing of your mind, when you're reborn in spirit, however you want to say it, when you take that journey within that narrow path, because externally is the wide road. It's the road to hell. It's the physical realm. It's where death is. You're focused external on the wide road of everybody else. When you go within, it's a narrow gate. Facing your mirror, healing within, overcoming the world, not being of the world, not being of the flesh, not being of the physical realm. You're in the world, not of the world. When you renew your mind, when you break all these mental paradigms, you are reborn in spirit, meaning you are in an ascended consciousness, meaning how you're conducting your physical body is higher than your nature, than your urges, than your, serving your flesh, than, being bound by sex, drugs, skin color, religion, all these boxes. When you are set free, you're set free from all the boxes, from all the lies. It's all in spirit. When your mind transcends into spirit, into beyond the flesh, you have a spirit body. You have an eternal body that is covering your physical body. You're in alignment. Your chakras are aligned. You have broke through your crown. You are reborn in spirit. However you want to say it, when you go through this, when you experience this personally, individually, when you are different, like when you are not even the same person you were a couple years ago, like you completely shifted, like you shifted timelines, like you think different, you move different, you talk different, you conduct yourself differently. You have went through a spiritual awakening. When you go through a spiritual awakening, you don't leave the planet. You're not in a different physical place. Okay, a spiritual awakening is a transcending of your consciousness. It's an elevation of your consciousness. Your spirit is awake. You are conscious fully. Your subconscious and conscious mind are one. Your flesh and spirit have become one. You are married. Like when you go through this, when you experience it personally, individually, when you have an experience, and someone describes an experience and they use different words, it's like, oh, well, that was my dark night of the soul. Oh, that was my Kundalini awakening. Oh, that was me being reborn in spirit. Like, you see the truth in all things. You hold yourself accountable. You walk in alignment. You're in love. You're in peace. You're in healing. You're not persecuting. You're not judging. You're not condemning. You're not attacking. You're not misleading. You're not hurting. You're not moving that way. You're not moving with your lower nature. You're not moving in certain boxes. And if somebody is in this box, they're wrong. They're going to hell and they're condemned. And like you're set free. When you're set free, you conduct yourself properly. You're not moving in fear and hate and anger and pain and racism and superiority complexes and money and sex and drugs and I'm better because I look like you're not bound by your lower nature. You're not bound by the flesh. You have transcended this realm. It doesn't mean you physically disappear until you're ready to transcend to a different life, a different timeline, and then this flesh goes to sleep. But your spirit is awake. You have went through your spiritual awakening. Your consciousness lives eternally. It's part of the mind of God. You are covered. You're saved. You're set free. You're known. You're seen. You're loved. You're held in every way.